Hello everyone. In this video, I will talk about using R Shiny for inventory management. If you have a supermarket or a store, for example, you need to know if you have enough products to cover the demand of the customers. Too much inventory will cost you a lot. However, if there is shortage, you will not satisfy your customers. There are some pressures for small inventory and there are also pressures for large inventories. Therefore, you need to make balance. One way to make this balance is to estimate safety stocks. Sometimes safety stock is calculated using equations and that is together with economic order quantity calculations. But some companies also use ABC analysis as a basis to estimate safety stock. That means that one way to manage your inventory is to use ABC analysis, where A items have more demand or monetary value. It can be, for example, 80%, and B items have lower demand, and C items are with the lowest demand. It is interesting that A items might form only 20% of the total number of items. You need to pay more attention for A items, which are the most important ones. It makes sense also to keep safety stock also for each group of items to be similar. One way to use ABC analysis is to consider its effect on layout or assignment of different items in different positions in your warehouse. For example, you put A items closer to the order picker to save time and also as shown in the figure. Some companies use also XYZ analysis to differentiate items with different levels of variability, where X items have lower variable demand, and that means they might need lower safety stock. We will see now an example of how to use R software with Shiny to make the ABC analysis. R and Shiny are free. You can use Shiny for user interface, therefore the user doesn't need to look for hard coding to make changes on the parameters. It is not so difficult to learn R and Shiny. At first, you go to the folder of the software where you can find code files and also the input files of the data. Here is the input files. We have in our example the data for a store for a complete year, which is 2018, with 1,200 items. And if an Excel file, we have data items coming to the store and items leaving the store, which are the sales or demand, or we can call it the consumption. Besides that, we have the size of inventory for each item. Here are the ending inventory, and here are, of course, the starting inventory and other files. Sometimes the data is big to the level that Microsoft Excel cannot handle it. So we have big data. R is capable of dealing with very large file data, very large file data. Here is a file data in the format of R data. By clicking on Run App, in here we go to a global, for example, and by clicking on Run App, if we have the data for the first time, the software will realize that, and this check mark will be checked. Here we have the data from before. The software converts it to R data file to read the data faster than Excel. However, you still have the option to check it. And when you check it, you can define which column in Excel file represent which type of data regardless of its name in Excel and its location. And for the company name here, for the company name, you can change it from this file. Now, click Submit. Click Submit. You will get some basic statistics here, such as the starting and ending dates and the number of different items. After that, click on ABCXY analysis. Let us choose at first ABC analysis. There is ABC analysis and ABCXYZ analysis with the coefficient of variation for each one of them. So let us choose at first ABC analysis and keep the date range as it is. You can keep or change the date range as it is. We can also change the percentage of volume of each category, but let us keep it as it is. You can change it, for example, to 75, or just keep it 80, or you can change the 15 if you want. Now click Submit. So even though that A items for 80% of the total volume of the demand, we have only 14% of the items for A. These items are the most important ones. Now click on ABC graph. So there is ABC graph here. We have the cumulative demand of items and also the items with the highest demand on the right hand side. Now for detailed tables, you can define optimal safety stock level for each category in days. For example, here are 10, you can put it 5. Here we have some default values, but you can change them as you want. This will affect the layout. So if you click on layout, actually it is better to put layout after the detailed tables. For the layout, using these parameters here, the parameters here, the boxes per pallet, levels of stacking, and pallet area on the ground, plus the previous safety stock levels in days, the needed area in the layout can be estimated as here. So here is the needed area in pallets and also in square meter. By the way, you can use the software also to make forecasting for the different items, and based on this forecasting, you may estimate the needed area in the warehouse. Going back to detailed tables, if you click on one of the items, then more information are shown in this figure. Here are more information for this item. But if you click on another item, you have the new data. You can zoom in to see the size of demand for a certain period. Here are, for example, 2,443 in this day. This day, 25th of April, and you can go to AutoScale again and look for others. For tables and days of inventories, optimal safety stock is shown in boxes. The current inventory can be negative. And that means that there is shortage. For more details in an Excel file, click on Download to see the whole details. You go to this file and click on it and see the detailed data for everything. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.